welcome back to the channel. This is Lisa. You're watching Yogi Hollow Farm, and today we're going to talk to you about a fertilizer product, and we're going to plant some raspberries. Don't mind the wind. It was calm all day. Of course, the minute I come out to film, that's when it picks up. But today I wanted to talk to you about Kelzyme products, which is a calcium fertilizer, and I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute. But what I first want to let you know is Kelzyme is a sponsor of Around the Hay Bale, our podcast. And if you haven't checked out the podcast, go to Apple, Spotify, or Google, which is one of your 3 favorite podcast apps, and check us out where we talk about all things homesteading. So Kelzyme is a sponsor, as I said, and they graciously sent us these products to try. So let me tell you a little bit about it. All right, guys, so I came inside because it's a little windy outside, and I want to make sure you can hear a lot of the information that I wanted to tell you about Kelzyme. So it comes in 2 forms, and this is the granular form, this is the micronized form. We're going to be using the granular today for the raspberries. And so it comes with a 3-page handout, and I'm not going to read it all to you, don't worry. But one of the things that I want to be upfront about is we just received the product and they graciously sponsored us, but I haven't really used the product, so I really can't review it, but I can review what we've received so far and let you know what we think about it. In the coming weeks, we'll be letting you know how the plants are doing and how we think the fertilizer is helping. It's 100% natural fertilizer, and they call it CaFe. And so that stands for calcium and iron, but it does have other trace minerals in it, and I'll get to that in just a second. It is a calcium-rich mineral composite, and it traces back millions of years, over which time nutrient-rich sea kelp and various forms of marine life thrived and subsequently fossilized. So basically, they're taking all that stuff from a designated single area in northern Nevada, and the site of this ancient sea kelp bed contains these nutrient-rich fossilized remains. And what I really love about the company so far is they believe in the stewardship of Mother Nature. So they take pride in providing natural products, sustainable products, and enabling nature to give back to nature, which is so important. I'm really happy with the packaging and what they sent us to be able to test. And so for calcium, it has 35% of calcium and 0.15% of iron. In addition to that, it has boron, copper, chloride, cobalt, magnesium, manganese, molybdenum, nickel, nitrogen, potassium, silicon, sulfur, and zinc. So it's got a lot of stuff in it, which is really cool. But again, it's natural, no chemicals. So I really like that. And they've got several paragraphs that I didn't realize, because we talk about calcium with tomatoes all the time, or at least that's what I hear all the time, is tomatoes need calcium, tomatoes need calcium. Well, I didn't realize that basically calcium is the largest quantity mineral needed for healthy plants. So basically all of this information talks about how calcium is needed for healthy plants. And they also talk about iron being important in the manufacturing process of chlorophyll, and it's also required for certain enzyme functions. So I'm pretty impressed with that too. So what's the difference between granular and micronized? Granular and micronized can both be utilized in traditional soil media. The micronized form works quicker, whereas the granular works slower. It's like a slower feed. Now, both of these can be applied indoors and outdoors any time of the year, before or after planting, and throughout the growing season. So I like that I could have this in my house and it's not something that's toxic. The other thing is the micronized is also used in soilless media like cocoa coir, which is becoming very popular, or hydroponics. So I really like that idea because it's natural and I can use it in my hydroponics. You can also use it with water in teas, foliar sprays, and irrigation. So I think that's really neat. So I'm really curious, when we apply this to the raspberries, I'm really curious to see if they actually get themselves rooted better. We've had raspberry plants that didn't do well in the past. I'm hoping this really helps them and sets them up for success. So come on along and let's go plant the raspberries and see how it goes. Yep. There you go.
Okay. That's good.
All right.
I like to leave a ring for the water.
And that one we just planted is fall gold. So that is the raspberry plant we just planted. And we're also using garden dirt to throw in the hole to backfill it because it's got more nutrients in it than this soil does. And this raspberry that we're planting is royalty. Is more solid.
More dirt.
Yep. Awesome. So there you have it. We have our 2 raspberry bushes planted and fertilized with Kelzyme. And we have 2 more of these, which we will be putting around them because otherwise the deer make a feast out of them. And the cool thing about those raspberry plants is if they don't have foliage on them, they're still dormant and you can plant them this time of year. And so that's the cool thing. If they had foliage on it, you would have to be careful and protect them from frost. So the good news is we don't have to worry about that. But I'm interested to see how the Kelzyme works because we love raspberries and we've had some struggles growing them. So it'll be really nice to see, and we will keep you all updated as we move along through the season. Forget the deer. Notorious DIG was here. Had to put a bucket over it because she kept scratching. So yeah, we got them all covered. So there are the raspberry bushes. We got them planted and watered and fertilized. Just wanted to give a special thank you to Kelzyme for sending us this product and for sponsoring the Hay Bale. And if you're interested in Kelzyme products, I will put both the discount code down below in the description as well as the company website. And the discount code is good for 10% off, and you use the code Hay Bale at checkout. So go check them out, look into the product, see if it's something that you want to purchase to use for your garden. I learned a lot about calcium and iron with plants today, so that was cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.